Welcome to Two Poor Kids. I'm Christian.
I'm Liz.
How are you, wife?
I think better than a week ago.
Yeah,
I had a really rough patch for 2 weeks or so. Probably more than that, but I feel like the roughest of patches for about 2 weeks. And I'm feeling human again, I feel. We got through the girls' birthdays, and that was nice. I enjoyed the birthdays.
That's fair.
Yeah, I always like the birthdays, the party planning.
And yours is coming up.
Yes, mine is coming up.
Yeah. In 4 days, 3 days.
Yeah, less than 2 days from when we air this.
No.
No, in the past from when we air this, right?
Yeah. This one will be next week.
Yeah. Y'all are early. We're late.
No, we're early.
We're recording early. You're listening later.
Yeah.
Wish me a happy birthday.
Podcast time travel.
Podcast time travel. Christian has to travel again next week. And so y'all remember, if you've been listening to every episode, that Christian was every other week for 4 or 5 months. And so he's traveling again for another week next week. And we're doing a little bit of pre-planning. Pre-gaming. Pre-recording. Which is probably good to do anyways. Luckily, this one is not going to be every other week forever. Hopefully.
We've only missed 1 week.
No. I mean the travel.
Oh, yeah. Probably closer to once a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is doable. Man, this candle looks dope today. Y'all see this? If you're on the YouTube, you can watch this candle living its life over here. I got to get some more of these. This one's Roman Ruby.
Not the gas station candle.
Not the gas station candle, but my brother got me a gas station smelling candle for winter holiday.
They're table RPG
ambiance
candles, and this one smells like a gas station.
Yeah, that was the only one of that brand that smells awful.
It's the outside of the gas station, not the inside of the gas station, by the way, just for clarity.
Yeah, it's not like nachos and hot dogs and
sugar.
Yeah, and sugar. It smells like gas station and stale wet paper towels.
And gasoline.
Yeah. Anyways, how are you, husband?
I'm doing all right. I think that I'm also better this past week and a half.
Mm-hmm.
I've been better. And I think that has to do with the poem that I'm going to share with you.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
So if you all listened in last week, Christian was like, wife, what do you want to talk about? And I was like, ooh, I've been waiting for this.
I got you.
I've been waiting for this. And we talked about Man Up because it's such a fundamental piece of our story. And it's also a story that I really love to share. And so when we were talking about today, and I said, you're up, buddy. You're up. We're talking about whatever you say.
Yep.
And so he found something, I guess.
Yeah. I think that we both have been doing better in this area of our life. And it plays into, I guess, why I have been in a better mindset.
Go on, pray tell.
Has nothing to do with sexy time. Well, it could have something to do with sexy time.
Everything has everything to do with sexy time.
So this was from the Black Sheep book.
And the author is?
Wendy Nylander?
Mm-hmm.
Question mark?
Yep.
All right. Are you ready?
I think so.
She shifted her thoughts and beliefs from I need fixing and I'm not good enough to I will be seen, I will be heard, and I will love her just as I am. I will love this woman. Path to self-love.
What a rude poem. Can I read that?
No, I just read it to you.
I know. I want to read it with my eyeballs.
I even had all the conjunctures in there.
Rough. Okay. Sorry. Really great audio pausing here.
I'm going to leave it in too.
So do you want me to take first pick at this?
Well, I just want to point some things out.
Okay.
Yeah. So, you and the therapist and everyone likes to point out how important self-care is. And the language is that one uses against themselves.
Yeah. Words are powerful.
Words are powerful. And I think that we both have been doing a little better than we were in this area. We still got some work though.
Yeah. I agree. So I think some information for you all, and I think this piece is a bit of my story to tell, so it makes sense that Christian's not just like putting me on blast. But like I have really been suffering with some negative self-talk and like straight gaslighting myself the past few weeks in like very plain language, like not even coded or veiled. And Christian has had to say to me a few times, like, hey, don't talk about my best friend like that. And it is wild that, like, after all of this time and how sure I am of myself, that I still I still have like such an influence from external factors, and my specific internal factor was like American medicine, that like really ran me through the ringer, and that I had such a hard time grasping my feet. And let me just also say that like the worst of it came also from me like attempting to like laugh and joke off my hardship with like a doctor coming in, and or not even a doctor. It wasn't even a doctor. Sorry. The person who like really hurt my feeling was an intake person who had like a 20-minute conversation with me where it was not a conversation. It was just like answering 3 million questions really impersonally, and then making a decision about whether or not I did or did not have a multitude of diagnoses, and I disagree with her. I disagree with her assessment, because that's all it was an assessment. And then I really struggled to be able to like set up a follow-up, because the healthcare system is not built to assist people. And I come from like working in healthcare, and that's true. It was true before this assessment. And so then I think, borrowing old tactics of like laughing it off or finding ways to laugh it off. And I just hurt my own feelings, and I made it worse. Because I was trying not to have like my authentic feelings, and I gave this person doing the assessment, and I also gave this assessment so much power over myself. So in this, it says she shifted her thoughts and beliefs from I need fixing. I absolutely was like, I need fixing. And I'm not good enough. 100%. I was there. I'm not good enough. I'm broken. This person's right. I thought I was on the path to like being able to fix myself, because I clearly need fixing. And maybe like all of it was all of my fault all along. And I'm just like negative self-talk. And I will be, I will be seen, I will be heard, and I will love her just as I am. I will love this woman, path to self-love. I think that I try to live out loud very much in I will be seen, I will be heard, and I will love her just as I am. And I also falter along the way. And I think I faltered harder than I have. And I cannot remember how long these past few weeks.
Yeah, that's true.
Like I couldn't even tell you that a decade or more, like that I was spinning and I couldn't figure it out. And I couldn't figure out how to be nice to myself. That's my story with this poem.
And how'd you figure out how to be nice to yourself?
One, I think that I think that I had to be honest with you and my therapist and my friends about what I was actually feeling, and that I was like feeling really like abandoned by like the system, and I'm trying to like follow all the rules, and that the rules aren't meant to serve me, and that's hard. And I think that I'm realizing right now in this like airing that I was substituting something that I think used to work to an extent, which is like figuring out a way to make a joke out of it. Like I was substituting old coping mechanisms because like I didn't know what to do. And I felt really at a loss. And so the way that I pulled myself out of it is that I started doing something new. I started disrupting my like negative thoughts. I started listening to my husband when he said, "Don't talk to my friend like that."
She didn't listen to me before.
I tried. It's not that I was ignoring you. I just like
I wasn't saying in this moment. I was making a joke about.
like I tried. So I think that I also, truth be told, I think I gave myself a break. I think that I had so much pressure to like get back to I will be seen, I will be heard, and I will love her. And that I was like fighting tooth and claw for that. And that I think that I was fighting so hard that there was like no downside to the hill. It was just like constantly an uphill battle. And then I suppose that in some regards, I just like I admitted that I felt helpless and hopeless, and I quit trying to control everything. And I slept
A lot.
I slept a lot.
Many naps. Not many naps, but
Many naps for me because I take no naps.
yeah.
And so I think that I had to like recover from being mentally unkind to myself the same way that you recover from the flu. And it's not like I'm always here. Like I just am still constantly disrupting the path, and I'm just no longer circling the drain with it. But like I couldn't get out of the drain for 2 weeks or something. It was rough.
It was a while. Yeah.
And like it's been a pretty like I'm certain I have like depression and did like seasonal depression and probably clinical depression. One of the things that this assessment did or did not like end up figuring out, which was also frustrating. And so I'm also like coming, I think, off of a particularly difficult depression. But I was stuck in being able to like complete simple tasks without just being completely unkind to myself.
Yeah, you consistently multiple times asked me if I was mad at you or if you had done something to make me mad, or I was like, what am I doing? Couldn't figure out what vibe I was giving off.
Yeah, no, I am pretty sure that's just all in my head. And I think that it's like important for if you're listening or watching this or like us just having this conversation for ourselves, right? Is like this, I think, is a really great example of like having to own your own shit and being a team at the same time.
Yeah.
Is like you asked me multiple times, like, how can I help you? And I'm like, and are you okay? And I was just like honest, like I'm not okay. Like I don't even know how to be okay. I don't feel okay. And I don't know how you can help me. And I think that when I'm in the state where I don't know how you or anybody else can help me, what felt the most helpful and feels the most helpful is like, and I think that you eventually got to the point where you were like, I cannot ask her any more questions because she's not providing anything. Like I just needed you to do something. Like I could not provide the answers because I had no idea what would be helpful. That I was stuck in a loop. And so I think that's also true like when I'm really overstimulated or I just feel like I don't know how to turn off from work or whatever. It's like I could not possibly think of making another decision.
I'm always like, what do you want for dinner? And
I
sometimes you're like,
literally do not care.
whatever.
Most of the time, I do not.
I make delicious food.
Yeah, I do not care what we have for dinner. I actually despise that question because I know that you're asking because you want to make like your acts of service very much. Like you want to make and serve the things and do the things and like that's how you show up. And I just want to eat whatever you want to make me. I don't care what it is. You don't make bad food and I have no opinion. At the end of the day, especially, I'm the most like I don't care. And there are a few dishes that I want that you won't eat, and I don't want you to make those either. I will wait to have those with our oldest daughter.
Tomato soup and grilled cheese.
Correct. That's exactly what I was thinking. Exactly.
Called it.
That's exactly what I was thinking. As soon as Christian goes away on travel, one of our very first meals is always tomato soup and grilled cheese because he does not like tomato soup. I don't even think he particularly likes grilled cheese.
I don't.
Two wonderful dishes.
I love bread and I love cheese. I don't love grilled cheese.
And he also doesn't like tomatoes.
Yeah.
So tomato soup is not for him. Where do you fit with this? Because, like, if you replace I love this woman and hers to him.
Why would I want to replace that?
About yourself?
Not about you.
Oh. Are we not talking about you at all today? Is it just about me?
Well, no, I didn't intend for it to go this way at all, but we're here now. So I also want to point out that you're doing a lot of good things for yourself. You have created this environment called the Hen House.
Oh my gosh, Hen House. What a fun little thing that we've curated in the past few weeks.
There's a commitment to Sunday mornings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is unusual because, like, I have many friends. Most of them don't intersect with one another. And so I have, like, small clusters of friends, which is how I like it. I don't...
Because we're the people that connect the people.
And Hen House is really lovely. And so it's like a few friends, and it's just us girls, and we get together. And we've committed to once a week, which I think was also a surprise. And I don't have standing dates with any friends, not consistently. So, shout out to Hen House. You're right. That's a good change, and that happened during this depressive state.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have carved out personal time with friends.
And there's a big part of my brain that feels guilty for that. Would you?
And I haven't done anything.
And you have not contributed to that at all.
Not even a little bit.
No, but that's my that was like my keystone need to go to therapy is that I like recognize that anything that has to do with simply serving myself feels bad. It feels like wrong. and that I'm going to get in trouble for it. And that is not you. It's honestly probably not any like adult relationship that I have had. And it's probably primarily my childhood.
Oddly enough, I think I've developed a similar thing.
Was that not always true for you? Because that has always been true for me.
No, it's actually been coming up in therapy quite a few times recently. Is
it contagious? Did you get it from me?
No. Definitely child trauma, where my needs were second to
everything else.
Everything else. Which we were talking about it during the last therapy session because we were talking about Zoe's birthday.
Zoe just turned 5, everybody.
Zoe just turned 5.
Wish her a happy birthday.
And we were talking about all the things we were doing for the girls' birthdays. And she said, well, what are you going to do for your birthday? And I said, I don't know the answer to that. And then she like started going down this path of like, she told me that I basically need to learn to love my birthday so I don't cause the girls to not love their birthday. That's where it ended up going down.
I feel like I've been saying that for years.
Yeah. It's not a new thing for sure. And she was like trying to figure out why I'm impartial to my birthday. And then we got into mom stuff and dad stuff. And yeah, we weren't balling in my family. So, and all of our birthdays are in the same 2 weeks, and mine's last.
With the exception of your brother, who is somehow all the way in December.
Yeah, all the way in December.
But the 4 of you are clustered right together. Yeah.
All in 10 days. So, often there was a noted sacrifice of we need to make my sister's and my dad's birthdays
something
good.
Yeah.
And that I was strong enough to not need that. So I've developed this unimportance to my birthday. I forgot where we're going with that.
Self-love, self-care, being able to like have time for yourself. We had the girls' birthday. And
Yeah. So we've started several businesses, and we're running 2 podcasts, and
another is like getting more and more recordings all the time.
There will be a third coming next month.
Yep.
And then of course we got the family stuff and whatever else we do. And then we actually have a real job that requires many hours.
Yeah, we both are leaders in both of our jobs, and exactly right. And we actually operate 3 businesses, and so we have like a makers.
And I have a 4th
now officially. Yeah, outside of our regular jobs, and so like we have a makers, so we make like custom gifts and things, whether it's like T-shirts or like wall hangings or coins, whatever.
Just stuff.
And then the other one is consulting, and then another one is secret until a future time.
Stock trading. We're doing stock trading now.
Stock trading. If you're watching, you saw my face and me make bunny ears. We're not stock trading, but TBD, yet to be revealed. And now you also have another one where you're running as a CEO for a nonprofit.
Yeah.
Which is wild.
You're pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then I have all the service work that I've been doing and a bunch of other things. So I was talking to my therapist, and she said, "How do you fit all those things in?" And I said, "Honestly, I don't know. I'm just running 100% all the time until I go to sleep at night. And I don't really know how to slow down. So, and I'm not even sure that I want to slow down."
Yeah.
But she told me I can't run like that forever. And she said, "What have you been sacrificing? And you better not tell me sleep." And I said, "Actually, I feel like I've been sleeping the most I've ever slept in my whole life. I'm actually dreaming." For context, nearly the entirety of my childhood into my young adult life and into my 30s and even up until about 4 months ago, I didn't sleep very good.
And you certainly didn't dream. You had outside of a night terror or a resurfaced memory.
Yeah, my body had developed a defense mechanism where I wouldn't sleep more than an hour, and then I'd be up for however many minutes, 15 to an hour or two, and then I'd go back to sleep, and I'd just go through this whole cycle. And that's just been my existence for forever. Now, like, since December, I've been sleeping, and I found it very difficult to get up in the morning because my brain is dreaming, and they're not terrible dreams. So healing, I guess, but my body doesn't know what to do with that, and my brain wants to continue the dream. So I'll just go back to sleep and jump back into the dream. It's wild.
Yeah, I don't really dream, but it does sound lovely.
You've had some vivid dreams.
I've had a few vivid dreams.
You've had some vivid dreams.
Correct.
I've always been impressed with your level of detail that I can never remember.
And you're right. Like, you have been, the past, I don't know, month and a half or so, I'm like, buddy, you gotta get up.
Yeah, but, like, my brain doesn't want to do it.
Wife, I'm in Middle Earth. I can't right now.
I can't right now. So I told her, that I don't really know what I'm sacrificing because we don't watch TV. I'd love to play more video games, but I don't really have time for that. And then I was like, oh yeah, I haven't been going to the gym. I have been eating a bunch of crap. And I just haven't been taking very good care of myself.
Our Sundays have not been reset days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I specifically, for the past week and a half, have been, I also gave up my 45-minute shower in the morning. I haven't done that for ever.
Because you sleep in.
Even before I was sleeping in. Yeah, it's like, even before I was sleeping in.
Yes, friends, you heard that correctly. 45-minute shower.
Yeah, I will use all the hot water.
I don't understand.
I live in the Pacific Northwest. There's an abundance of water. You know what we don't have? Droughts. You know what we always have? Great water.
We absolutely have droughts.
Nope.
I'm an emergency manager.
I've been to the desert.
Just because it's not the same doesn't mean no. However, your 45-minute shower is not going to be the sole catalyst to the thing.
Fuck the environment.
Not real. He literally created green chemistry for like a process for his work to, in fact, kiss her gently, fuck her softly to the environment.
Yeah.
Love her.
Yeah. So prior to probably traveling, every day since I learned how to pray and meditate, I would just take a 45-minute shower in the morning and drink coffee.
So you're also probably not praying and meditating.
I gave all that up too. Those are the things that I gave up. So I've been purposely listening to the Calm app, doing just trying to shut my brain down a few more times a week, and what I
forgot about the Calm app.
And what I quickly realized is that this week and last week, instead of reacting to all the nonsense at work, the nonsense at work didn't stop. I've just been responding instead of reacting.
Mm.
Uh,
His regular job that he gets paid by from somebody else, not one of the other 5 jobs that he has.
yeah. I recognized the hole, and then I adjusted my behavior.
Mm.
And then I did tanning, and I've been working out, and eating more protein.
Yeah.
Not full keto yet, though.
No.
We'll see what happens.
No.
I only do things 110%.
What if we just tried balance 110%?
I'm really bad at balance at 110%. Addict for life.
For life. I think that like we are learning what are the things and what are the adjustments that we need to make. And I know that that's like a big conversation we're having this week. And so like for those of you listening out there, is like sometimes you have to schedule time to talk about like the next steps, and especially if you have kids, like our schedule is, and that's like we do not get home at the same time ever. Sorry. We don't get home at the same time ever, and by the time everything's like winding down, it's like 7:30 at night, and then it's like eat dinner if you haven't had dinner yet, and we try to eat dinner together. So that's something that I think is great that we still do, is that most nights, even if it's like 7:30 or 8:15 at night
Or 9:30.
or 9:30, is like we're trying to at least have dinner together, so that like we have that we still have this like anchor time, and we put our phones down, even if we're just like completely checked out because the day has been rough and we don't have a lot to say, is that I think that we still try to be like in space and sharing space with each other.
And believe me, we have both done our own research, and we know that eating dinner late at night is not ideal.
Correct.
We're just not willing to give it up.
Right. Like I know that. It's also not exactly. It's also not like good for me or for us or for my own like wellness to not be able to have this anchor moment. You yawned and then I yawned. I yawned first. I got nothing. So, like the little, she'll eat often before, like both of us are home alone, but like we try to have that. And then we, either we're going straight to bed or we're podcasting or we're doing like any of the work things. Or like playing a board game. Last night we actually played a board game in bed, which we used to do more often. One of the things that we gave up.
Yes, we actually play these games.
We do play these games. I've actually this is checkers. I don't know how to play checkers.
For real?
For real. I've never played checkers or chess.
Yeah.
But like these more complex games than that, I could probably play those just fine. But checkers kind of intimidates me.
It's very simple.
Maybe.
Just basic strategy still.
I'm just saying. I've never.
Chess is intimidating for sure if you're playing the wrong person.
I don't know. Christian made a garbage dice game to play with our 5-year-old.
I seen it on Instagram, and it's this garbage can, and then I looked on Maker World, and there was a garbage can, so I just made it on the 3D printer, and we have tons of dice.
We have a lot of dice goblins.
No, my wife was trying to reach dice dragon.
I want to be a dice dragon.
Yeah.
Yes, I would love to be a dice dragon.
I just imagine that one day you're gonna have a massive jewelry box of just fancy dice.
They're on the like on social medias, they have like these really beautiful they do look like jewelry boxes, and you like lift them up, and then every like gem dice has its own space. And I think that's just so lovely and thoughtful.
Just in case you're wondering, my
No,
birthday's coming up.
so Christian bought me gem dice one time, because here's the other sort of piece is that like much as my work is like I don't want to do things for myself, I also have a hard time buying expensive things for myself. And so I was like, these dice are really pretty, but I didn't clock how much they were. And then I immediately walked away. One, because I didn't want to talk Christian out of getting me a dice, but I
Shouldn't talk
did.
me out of getting much.
I don't, but in my mind, I will. Because I was like, I really want those dice. And if I say, then I'm going to be like, no, don't do it. And then we're going to like, he's going to be like, yes, I'm going to do it, whatever. And then two, I'm going to see how much it actually costs, and then I'm going to panic about it. And so like we were at the Crafty Wonderland, I think is probably what it was, which is a maker's market here in Portland. And I was like, these dice are gorgeous. They're beautiful. I love them. He goes, do you want them? Yes. And so then he comes back and he was like, do you want to know how much they were? And I was like, no. And then I eventually ended up learning probably later that day. And they were like $120 for a dice set. I cherish them.
So here's the thing about it for me, is that I'm not going to buy the knockoff version of the thing that I want or that we want.
I have a million resin dice.
Yeah. And they're not those ones.
You're right. I only have one pair of gem dice. I only have one gemstone set of dice.
Now, you should all be aware that I come with quite a bit of credit card debt.
Correct. We are still figuring it out.
Yeah, because I will buy the right thing that fixes the thing we're trying to do.
Yeah, even if it costs a lot of $100.
Yeah, because I know there's always more money to be made. So.
Yeah, you got the next thing.
Yeah.
Bring us into it.
All right. I chose 3 of the Diary of a CEO cards.
If you all haven't seen Diary of a CEO and you are watching this and you're wondering how on earth do they have 3 businesses or 4 businesses or 5 businesses, go listen to Steven. You don't have to have all of the businesses. I don't think that is for everybody. But the Diary of a CEO cards, and we have a few sets of them. I think I talked about them in a previous episode. It's a great way to have these cards are a great way to have real conversations with each other. But 2, I think that if you want to have meaningful relationships with other people, and you want to learn more about yourself, that you're going to have some of these card pulls. But Diary of a CEO, if you want what we have, we'll give it away. Watch him.
All right. I chose 3 cards.
Yeah. He's trying to hurt my feelings.
Nope. I'm not trying to hurt your feelings.
Okay. He's going to hurt my feelings.
You're going to answer one, and then I'll answer one, and then you'll answer one. Because I didn't choose 4. I only chose 3.
You don't want us just both to answer both of them? Or all of them?
I mean, we could. But here, you can pick which one first.
To ask you about?
No, ask. I'm 1, 2, or 3. That one, all right.
Okay.
Can you describe This is a question from Jamie Carragher. Can you describe what winning means to you?
Cool. It's a cool story.
Cool story. That was actually the easier one that I picked. That's the level 1 card.
Describe what winning means to you. Yeah, I think, man, I wish that I was better at music. I think it's NF that there's this line that it is in one of his songs. And I always think about like getting it tattooed like across my collarbone, although I don't have enough room on this arm. But essentially, like, and I like really resonate with this idea is um like winning in my mind is so self-gratifying. Like if I'm winning at something, it's because it's something that I care about. It's not like crossing a finish line unless I really care about racing. It's not um it's not like prescriptive to like in order to win it looks like this. Uh I think that today and yesterday, and I made a comment too about this yesterday, something that like really feels like winning. Um, our 5-year-old for me is like the living proof that we broke the cycle. And so like that is winning to me. And a lot of cycles, is the proof of our 5-year-old. Our 19-year-old is the proof that we can work together to break it. And so like fundamentally, I grew up with our 19-year-old and unlearned a lot of things. And I think like became the mom that I am hand in hand with her, and that is also winning. And I think that all of that work done with her, I see it so fundamentally with our 5-year-old, that the parents that we are and the things that we have really worked to undo, the therapy, the don't talk to my friend this way, the I will love her just as I am, like having more days like that.
Yeah, because right now, I thought about this the other day. She is the age that you had her at.
Our 19-year-old.
Yeah.
Correct. She's almost exactly the age that of when I had her.
You had her. You
at
would have
18.
Yeah, you would have had her 10 days before
My birthday.
Or 8 days before your birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly right. Is that she is officially my age when I birthed her.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think about that a lot. And that like fundamentally she has a different life, and I wouldn't have traded that life at all. And I'm really proud of the life that I had, and I feel like that I won that pretty hard too, and I always kept perspective. And it was hard. But our 5-year-old is like is the proof that all of the hard work is breaking and undoing those cycles and those harms. And that generational trauma can be undone right before your eyes. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I lied. I think we're going to both answer both of them.
Oh, yeah?
All three of them.
You just want to...
No, I think since you're being so intimate and vulnerable tonight, I think that I'm currently going through a change in my mind about, and I'm kind of struggling with what winning looks like for me, because I had a goal specifically in my workplace. And I think that I'm struggling with, is that still the goal? Like, do I even want to do that? Do I still believe in that goal? I don't know. I can't really talk about it right now, but I think that I've been aiming for this title and this role for many years. And I'm currently not sure that I'm willing to sacrifice the things that it's going to take to be able to operate that?
Something you don't have to know today.
Yeah.
And you can always choose again.
And when I look at what winning means, I'm not sure that I know, and this is also something that I've been thinking quite a bit about because I was listening to Gary Vee or Steven or
Gary Vee
or somebody, and I listen to a lot of
entrepreneurial.
Yeah. The other half of me still wants to do this thing. But
keep fighting for the
the
title,
yeah.
thing.
But sorry, this is an and. I'm not sure that that's going to be good enough for me. Is that I am very good at completing goals.
Yes.
I'm very good at achieving milestones. I'm very good at breaking whatever barriers there are that tell me, whether or not they're internal or external, that tell me that I can't do something. And then I go do it.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure that when I achieve this thing,
you're going to feel accomplished.
I'm going to feel accomplished.
Yeah. I think that you've run into that every time. Every time that you've this is the thing that I wanted, and it's 3 years sooner than I thought it would be, and this fictitious plan that I made for myself that I didn't even know I made. I think that I feel like until my current job, I was right alongside you. I think my last workplace broke me. Something awful. I think that I gave everything that I could have to my last workplace, and I could see myself there for 20, 30 years. Legitimately. You know this, but you all might not know this, but I thought that I had found the place that I would spend my career at in emergency management, and then becoming a director, a CEO into that, or whatever the version is for nonprofit. And I just kept trying and pushing and doing everything and jumping through all of the hoops, and listened to leadership and listened to staff and filled in all the gaps, and extended myself more and more and more, made myself more available, could not fit into enough boxes. And then I had a mentee be full breakdown about it. And when I had at my fingertips the offer of the interim associate executive director position, and I said, yes, I'll take that. And then the whole world crumbled there, which had nothing to do with me, but and then I didn't have that. And then I kept fighting, kept trying to get back to that, kept all the things, trying to sit at the table. And then I had this epiphany when I finally broke, which was oh, I want to be at the table. And the leaders that are there are trying to signal to me in all of the ways that they're never going to let me sit. They're never going to let me sit. They'll let me do all of the work, and they'll never let me sit. And and you all now will know, but that was the catalyst for me going to therapy, is that I could not figure out how to leave. It was an emotionally abusive environment for me. It was bad. And I feel since I've left there, this idea that I am building the legacy of somebody else left with I left that at that old workplace. And now I'm just so focused on the future that we're building and all of our side stuff. And I like my job. Like, I think that I'm doing good at my job and learning a lot of great skills. And I couldn't tell you what my next job is there. Like, I couldn't tell you. I can't tell you that I'm going to be the director of something there. I don't know. Like, I couldn't tell you what that trajectory is. Because I think that my trajectory is self-made.
Yeah, I know that I end up making the bounds of my job every time.
Yep.
Now, the thing I was going to say before I forget again was that when I truly look at what I think it would take for me to be winning, it's that I've built a thing or I built a foundation that propels other people. And that I have done.
Yeah, it's your biggest pride in work.
Yeah.
Step up and wiggle.
Step up and wiggle.
Winning.
All right. I got 2 more.
Okay.
This one is from Dame Dash. What is your selfish dream?
My selfish dream.
It's a level 2 card.
Does that mean that it's harder to answer?
I guess so.
I didn't know.
I didn't read the rules.
I didn't either. Just going in cold. My selfish dream. I think that my selfish dream is something to do with me working for myself or like for us, and that I largely am doing a combination. I would probably let safety work go altogether in my selfish dream. I probably would focus on building other people up, like career coach things. Like, I love being a hype man. I want people to find all of their next right steps. And I think that I would, like, read a lot. I think I would run. I think I would do, like, event planning. And I would bring, like, joy and whimsy everywhere. And that, and I think that, like, my other selfish dream is that I would probably consider all of that, and I would, like, move to Ireland or Scotland. I think that I would leave this country in my selfish dream. And I could also just convince our oldest to visit often and or follow me everywhere I go. I don't think that last part would fulfill me. I don't think that it would actually make me happy in reality. I think in a dream state, I will miss her. The older she gets and the more space and time that she has away from me. That's probably just normal. But I don't know what it's like to not have stress. I realize. Like, I don't know what it's like to have a career or to have a week even where I'm not trying to fix everything and that I don't have stress. Like, I grew up in a traumatic environment where my most important thing to achieve was safety. And the best way to achieve safety is knowing all of the things and to anticipate every move and every thought and have the highest level of situational awareness. And then I literally made a career out of that. That's exactly what I do. I get paid to think about the worst possible scenario that could ever happen. And then I amplify it. And then I plan for that. I wonder what it would be like if I didn't have to, if I could let that go more than anything. I don't have to. Nobody's making me do that work. I wonder what it'd be like if I could let that go. I could run the bookshop. I could bring joy and whimsy to the world. I could hang out in a castle. And then there we are, living our lives. I should just say, I assume that you're going with me no matter where I go. Our 19-year-old doesn't have to do that, which is why she's that addition. The 5-year-old is stuck with me for the next 13 years. So in this selfish dream, she's also going wherever we are. But you're mandatory. What about you?
I thought about this a little bit, and I actually think that my selfish dream is to have built an empire in enough time that we're still young enough to just go travel. I guarantee that this was not even a thought in my mind prior to 2020. That's when I went to Israel, right? Yeah.
Yeah, because
Getting outside of the America was probably the best thing that happened to my mind.
Yeah. It really opened stuff up.
Yeah. And I want to create the memories and the experiences of that for our daughters. And that shit's expensive. So
yeah,
I need the machine to make it happen.
I love that.
And maybe we're not stuck to one spot. Maybe we go backpacking through some. Actually, what I really want to do, this is a piece of that, is I actually really want to take a passenger train from one side of the country to the other side of the country.
This country?
Sometimes I dream about it.
Like America?
Just a really long train ride.
Any country?
Yeah, with nice little scenic views.
Yeah, that sounds nice.
Yeah. All right, the third one. This is the level 3 card.
Okay.
Are you ready for it?
Nope.
What are you missing most in your life? Paul Brunson.
What am I missing most in my life? I think the immediate thing on my mind that's like screaming is like self-love, self-care, self-acceptance, inner peace. Like I think that I wish that the process was faster. I went into therapy feeling like I remember having this conversation multiple times with you and with myself, is that like I feel very well adjusted considering all of the things of my youth, and that I am going to therapy because I need new coping skills, because said toxic workplace, like all of my coping skills were no longer working. And so I needed to go and get some new coping skills because mine were exhausted and they weren't working anymore. And but that I had already done the work. I had already like fixed myself. That I just really needed a few new coping skills. And that was 2 years ago. And I'm still in weekly therapy. And even though every month or so I think that I don't need weekly therapy.
It's just her time of the month.
I don't even get periods. So that is what it sounds
Neither
like.
do I.
And I don't know, maybe if I boil all of that down, is like I think that I'm missing like self permission. and reassurance that I'm like perfectly acceptable the way that I am. And that, like, yes, I can continue to work on things and that doesn't make me broken. One of my most irrational thoughts or fears, and I've been thinking about this quite a bit lately because I think that this came up in like probably a Diary of a CEO poll or something like that. Is that in my mind, I've talked about this in therapy, in the past few months. In my mind, I think that I am like wildly forgettable. Is that for as long as I can remember, if I'm like seeing somebody again for like the second or third time, but I don't know them very well, I've assumed that they have already forgotten me and my face. That like that I'm just like not recognizable, which is not real. But I'm like, how could somebody like see me and remember who I am? And I struggle with that now, even still, and I don't know how to shake that. And it my therapist tells me like, of course you feel that way. Like, yeah, it's trauma. Like, of course you feel that way. It's not insane. It's just work. But yeah, if you've ever met me one time, and that like we don't talk regularly, even if we maybe have talked a dozen times, I wonder if you've forgotten my name or anything about me, or if I am at all even remotely memorable.
You know what? That is... I mean, I definitely know that there is the truth behind what you're sharing. And it's wild to me that you would ever think that you're not rememberable out of all the people that I've met.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've met some pretty unremarkable people.
And I think that I share that because I know that like I think I logically know that that's true. Whether positive or negative or just completely neutral and in between. I don't think that I know that about like that my face is rememberable. But I think that I know that about my personality. I think that I know people remember my hair because that is what I always hear about. It's the feature people always remember. But I say that because, like, if anybody else is listening and you've ever met me one time, logically, like, yeah, I struggle just like everybody else. And that there are truths that are just, like, shocking. And, yeah. That is... And I don't think I've ever told you that. Clearly, because you were like, that's shocking to me. Yeah. And it makes me sad. Because it's a learned behavior. What about you? I've just shocked him, guys.
No, it's just very late. We have to do this at night after the baby goes to bed.
Do you want to reread the question?
No, I got it. I already know what it is. It's what am I missing most in my life?
Yeah. He has to check the card.
You know what? I went to a meeting tonight, and like I already know the answer to this because I was listening to some podcasts, and my Instagram was thrown in my face. Last episode, we talked about the Man Up poem. Mm-hmm. And there's the section of that poem that talks about wanting to have intimate relationships with my brothers.
Yeah.
I currently don't think I have that. I went to a meeting today, and I recognize that I don't have that. Because like I walk into the room, and I'm not nearly as popular as I was in early recovery for sure. But everyone, like a lot of people get excited when I get there.
Yeah.
But all of them were doing like this half bro hug thing.
Oh, instead of like a full embrace.
Yeah, and after the third or fourth one, I was like, "What is going on today?" Like in the middle of the group, just like, why are we doing these half bro hug things?
Hmm.
Because to me, I feel like I'm missing human touch. And I find myself when I'm sitting, I've told you that this past few months has brought me back to a space where I'm always surrounded by a ton of people. And often I am just alone in my head. And I found myself like doing this on my arm just to like cause sensation. And yeah, I feel like I'm missing, I'm going to call it intimate touch, I guess, but like not the sexy kind.
But like a deeper connection.
Yeah.
With other people.
Yeah. No, I do. There are a couple of people that I do have that with. Not to say that it doesn't exist. And I am very grateful for like one individual and specifically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Outside of your wife or
Outside of my wife. This is our thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you found, or I guess you refound like this, what was going to be like a home group meeting last week. And then you came back home and you were like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And so, like,
I did the jail meeting with another guy, and he was like, I haven't seen you since like this time last year. Where the fuck you been?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, you're right. I haven't seen you forever. And he's like, well, you going to come back to this meeting ever? And I was like, what meeting? And he told me the name of it. And then I was like, I still didn't remember because that's how my brain works. If I don't see a person, if I don't hear a person, if I don't go to a place, if I don't do a thing for even 4 weeks, I'll just forget the thing exists because I'm already off down some other rabbit hole.
Yeah. And you went back and you loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so you'll go again this week.
I will probably go sometime in the next 2 weeks. That's true.
Well, since you're not here next week, I guess you'll go again
Fuck.
this week. And that's, ladies and gentlemen, is how you do it. Me and the girls, but specifically me and the oldest.
They got the babe doing it too.
If we realize that like he's out of sorts or in a mood or just like mopey zoo lion and or irritable or like literally anything, we're like, hey, don't you have a meeting to go to? No, like literally you have to leave. You can't stay here.
I remember like this happened probably a year and a half ago. The first time it happened about a year and a half ago. But the babe was in the car and I was bringing her back from grandma's house. And they're like, she says, so do you want to go to a meeting? Mother.
Which she would have been like 3.5. You want to go to a meeting, Dad? It looks like you might need a meeting. Well, friends, it's late. I recommend you check out A Diary of a CEO. I also recommend that you have intimate relationships with your friends. Give hugs. Create hen house.
Do the thing.
Do the thing. And also, like, if you think that somebody is holding it together just because you've never seen them fall apart.
I put on a strong facade.
Yeah, you're probably wrong. Past kindness. It's the one thing we could use a little bit more of.
Success doesn't mean we're not all right.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, last thing.
Yeah.
I knew that I was spiraling last week because, like, I was just watching war.
Oh yeah, you've been in the spiral.
Yeah.
Tough.
Yeah.
And I know I'm out of sorts because I refuse to look. Which this is backwards. Usually, I mean, not that you ever refuse to look, because you don't, but usually you're getting high level and I'm just like into the weeds of it and all of my news sources because I'm into all the news sources. And I think that I refused to take in any negative energy when I was realizing that I was wildly unwell.
Yeah. Don't worry, I covered it.
Yeah, you did.
All right.
All right, everybody.
I'm not sure what this episode's going to be called, but I'll figure it out. I'm sure.
Ting tang, walla walla, bing bang.
Probably not.
Could be.
Good night.
Good night.
Go to bed.
Going to bed.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone. See you next week.